everyone, welcome back to another video. So this video today is going to be my top 10 absolute favorite coloring supplies of 2022. I'm going to share all of the coloring supplies in this video that I have been using the most this past year. Some of them are supplies that came out this year. A couple of them are supplies that have been out for a while that I had absolutely no idea that I would love as much as I do. And there is one coloring supply in this video that I'm going to share with you that you're probably going to be completely surprised. So I'm going to share these top 10 favorite coloring supplies of 2022 in no particular order. I'm just going to pick them up as they're laying around me. So if you check the description box down below, I will have everything down there that I have shared with you in this video, as well as links to my Facebook group, my email list, my Etsy shop, and my Patreon if you would like to support me there. I also now have channel membership if you would like to find more information out about that. You can click the join button down below the video. Okay, so the first thing that I want to share with you, y'all know this is my absolute favorite all-time coloring supply. You will probably see my Prisma Colors in every single video, every single year. I do one of these videos every year. I think this is the third time I've done it, but you will always see Prisma Colors because these are my one absolute favorite coloring supply of all time. No matter what other coloring supply I'm doing, even if I'm doing a page that is mixed media and bringing in other coloring supplies, I am always using Prisma Colors. And most recently, I have even found myself mixing my Prisma Colors with some other pencils. If I'm using a budget set like my Brute Fooner squares, I like to also bring out my Prisma Colors. I've used my Prisma Colors with my Holbeins. I always seem to bring in at least a couple Prisma Colors, but I just absolutely love them. Now, this is a newer set, and so you can see they've never even been sharpened. But for those of you that may be new to this hobby and you don't have any Prisma Colors yet, I will go ahead and pull some of the trays out so that you can see some of the colors. But this is the tray of blues and it has some greens. Isn't that beautiful? And then here are a lot of the grays. You do get all different grays, different percentages of grays. You get your warm grays, your cool grays, and then your French grays. And then you always get your metallics as well, and then your white Prisma color. This is one of the best whites. And I do have another white that I'm going to share with you a little bit further into the video that I have come to really, really love, just as much as, if not more, than my white Prisma color. But you do get lots of greens in this set. I believe there's another tray in here that's going to have greens in it. You get a lot of really beautiful shades of yellow and some gorgeous oranges. You get more muted oranges, you get brighter oranges. Here we've got some really beautiful shades of pink. We also have some reds on this tray as well as some darker purpley pinks. And then one of my absolute favorite colors, a neon pink. You do get 3 neons in this set. Here is a tray full of blues and some really pretty purples. And then, as I said, here is another tray with lots of shades of green on it. You get some really gorgeous greens in your Prisma color set. And then we have some browns here as well. But you do get a really gorgeous array of colors with your Prisma Colors. This is the 150 set. So with this 150 set, as opposed to some of the other smaller sets, you are going to get all of those additional grays. Your neons that you get is the hot pink neon, which you see here. I believe this is the orange neon right here, and then there is a neon yellow, which is right here, and those colors are absolutely beautiful. But like I said, this is just one of my replacement sets. This is actually the set that has not been touched yet, but I wanted to make sure I put this one in this video so that y'all could see all of the colors. But here are my Prisma Colors, and this is why I wanted to share with you the ones in the box, because you can see quite a lot of mine are missing out of here. This section I keep for all of the replacements. I like to have an extra big case. And of course, these are my favorite cases. I'm not going to count this as one of my favorite coloring supplies for the year because I don't know, I don't really consider a pencil case a coloring supply, but these are the BTSKY cases and I absolutely love them. They are wonderful, and I have every single one of my pencil sets in one of these cases, and you will see that as we move through the video. But you can see that this case is extra big, and so I have space here to keep a bunch of extra colors that I use most often. But I'm working on a project with my Prisma Colors right now, and that's why I have a lot of them in these little trays. So these here in these trays are the ones that have come out of here. These are in order according to the way that they come in the box. That's the order I keep my Prisma Colors in. And I love these little trays because they are stackable, and I get these at Hobby Lobby. I absolutely love them. I have quite a few of them. Now on to number 2, and for number 2 I have my Derwent Inktense pencils, and these have very quickly become an absolute favorite of mine. I absolutely love these pencils. They are so unique in a way that they really don't compare to another set. You do get 72 colors in this set, but I find that it is the perfect amount of colors, and if you don't have a color in here that you're looking for, you can always mix the colors together to come up with the color that you're looking for. Now I do have a color along that I'm working on right now in Maria Trolle's Botanicum. If you've not seen those videos, I will try to link that up in the upper right hand corner, but I am not done with the color along quite yet. I still have a couple more videos to go up. They have been filmed, but the last one has not been edited, and the last one is a background video, but the background video is with pan pastels. But all of the other videos in that series are all tutorials for the Derwent Inktense. So if you're unfamiliar with the Derwent Inktense or you want to learn how to use them, those are some great videos for you to watch. I also have a video that is a video specifically for beginners of Derwent Inktense, and I show you all the different ways that you can activate these, because if you don't know, the way that the Derwent Inktense work is that you lay them down on your paper and then you activate them with water. Now this was another color along that I did here on my channel, and a lot of this was done with Derwent Inktense. All of this down here, the background I believe was Neo Colors, which was so much fun. That is also a tutorial, but I believe the only thing on this page that was not colored with the Derwent Inktense was the fur on the bunny, and those were done with Prisma Colors, but everything else was done with Derwent Inktense. So included in this color along, which I will link in the upper right hand corner, there are also some great tutorials on how to use the Derwent Inktense. But these are just one of the most fun pencils. And I love them so much that I had the blocks on my wish list, and a wonderful subscriber just sent these to me. They have not even been opened yet. I don't want to open them because I'm thinking of doing a video on these, but I really want to try them out for the first time and see how different they are from the pencils. But I do now have the blocks. I just wanted to show you all that. So if you would like to see a video using the blocks, you will have to let me know in the comments below. I am so excited to finally have these. For number 3, I have my Holbeins. Now, most of you know that I got these this year, and I've had these for quite a few months now, but these are absolutely amazing. A wonderful subscriber sent these to me, and let me tell you, when I got these in the mail, I screamed. These are so amazing. These are some of the best pencils. They come right up there with my Prisma Colors now. I absolutely love these pencils, and I honestly didn't think that I would love them as much as I do. Even though they are loved by a lot of people, there are also a lot of people that don't love them as much and don't think that they're worth the money, but I really, really love these. I mean, look at all of the gorgeous colors that you get in this set. And look at these pastels, how beautiful they are. And then all of these gorgeous neon colors. You get more neons in here than you do in the Prisma Color set. You get 6 in this set, and 2 of them being pink. And then the other one fantastic thing about these two is you get the soft white Holbein, which is absolutely amazing. Earlier when I mentioned that The Prismacolor white was a fantastic tool to have. This Holbein soft white. Now the Holbeins, they come with this soft white, and then they also come with this white here. So they do come with two whites, but this soft white is absolutely wonderful. It does tell you on here to use a knife to sharpen it and not to put it in a pencil sharpener, but I have put mine in a pencil sharpener and I've had no issues because I'm just not going to pull a knife out to use this. And I like to keep a pretty sharp tip on my pencils. It is a softer pencil. It does seem to be softer than some of the other Holbein pencils, but I do really love this one because it goes right over a lot of the other colors, and it is just a really intense opaque white. So let me slide it down here just a little bit, but I just wanted to show you all of the metallics that you do get in the Holbein set. But you get this one here, this is your copper, and then the next one here is the gold. Then you get a different shade of gold. This one is called pale gold. So I have a scratch sheet of paper here, and so I just want to show you the difference in the golds. This here is the pale gold, and then this one here is the gold. But that's the difference between the two. Then you also get a bronze and an antique silver. Look how pretty that is. And then you get a silver. So you get two different shades of silver as well. They look pretty close to one another though. This one I think is a little bit darker. And then since I swatched all of those out, let me go ahead and swatch out the copper. But those are all of the metallics that you get in this set, and they're just really pretty colors. And then you still do get quite a few grays, and you do get two different blacks. One is called lamp black and the other one is called black. And then if we lift the first tray, we have some really bright, vibrant colors on this tray. Look at this bright, beautiful yellowish green we have here. And then if you look down here, you get some more really bright colors. Here's a really bright yellow. Here's some bright oranges. Here's a bright blue. But you get some really gorgeous colors in this set. And then if we lift the last tray, y'all look at this. This is my absolute favorite thing about the Holbein set, and so many of you have asked me if I am going to put these in a case, and the answer is no. I'm not going to put them in a case, and the reason being is because the way that they are set up, it makes it so easy to just pull from and put together colors. If I want to choose a highlight color, I just go to this tray and I pick a highlight color. And then I can go to my other two trays, either this tray or this tray, to choose my darker colors or my midtones. Like I said earlier, you do get quite a few neons in this set as well, and you can see what they look like all swatched out here, but there's some really beautiful neons. Look how bright that yellow is and how bright that orange is. They're just really pretty colors. And this color called Luminance Red, oh my gosh, y'all, that is just gorgeous. But they are just packaged so nicely. I absolutely love these. You get the little ribbons to just pull the trays up and out, and it just makes it so easy and convenient. The packaging is just wonderful. It comes with its own swatch chart, which I really, really love. Anytime a colored pencil set comes with its own swatch chart, as long as it's on decent paper, I will try to swatch it on that paper, so this way I can leave my swatch chart in with my colored pencil set and I don't have to go looking for it when I pull my set out, especially for these, since I plan on just keeping them inside the box that they came in. Absolutely love these. And here's a couple pages that I colored using the Holbeins. Both of these were colored with nothing but Holbeins, and I just wanted to be able to show you this because I want to show you, especially on this tone tan paper, which I absolutely love too, but on the tone tan paper, the white just pops, especially this Holbein white. You can come in after you're done and just lay more highlights down. You can see that I did it here on her nose. I did it over here in the corners of her eyes, and you could see how that white just really, really pops. I did it on her as well, where I added a lot more white all through here. You could see that I added white and used quite a lot of it all through the bunny, along with the other colors that I used. And I really used it to just create a lot more highlights. I have some white also in her hair. I used it for the beads around her neck. I used it for her bracelet. And then over here for the cross stitching on her dress. And then up here on the flower, this is just blues. And then I went over it, I believe, in white to add a bit of extra highlight. I'm pretty sure that's white. It might be the lightest blue, but I think I did use the lightest blue along with white. So this is one that I'm going to have a lot of you saying, what? But this year has been my year with the Polychromos. I have absolutely come to love the Polychromos this year. Now there are some missing out of here, so this is not the complete set and all of the colors that you're getting. I do have some set aside because I was in the middle of working on something, but I absolutely love my Polychromos. They come with such pretty colors, and I love the way that they lay down in one specific coloring book, and that is the Romantic Country coloring book by Erie. They lay down beautifully in that coloring book. So I went and pulled out my coloring book to show you because I want you to see how beautifully they lay down in this coloring book. They just go down so nicely. They work better in these coloring books than my Prisma Colors do. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Prisma Colors work beautifully in this book too, but I love using these pencils in this coloring book specifically. This was a tutorial on how to use oil-based pencils, and I love the way that this turned out, and I really enjoyed using these pencils. And I'm going to be playing with them a lot more so that I could see what other coloring books they work best in. But I seem to really love them on paper that is a little bit smoother. As most of you probably know, in the Romantic Country coloring books, the paper is quite a bit smoother. And I've heard quite a few people say they really don't like the paper in that coloring book. But I love the paper in that coloring book, and it's all about matching your pencils to your paper or the paper in whatever coloring book that you're using. But I would love for you all to use the comments down below and tell me what your top 10 for 2022 is. Okay, y'all, we are halfway. This is number 5. And these are something that I didn't even know I needed. These are my Tombow markers. They're a water-based marker. They do have a brush tip on one side and a fine tip on the other, but this is what the brush tip looks like. And then this is what the fine tip looks like. And y'all, I just love using these in my coloring books. A subscriber was so sweet and sent these to me. I do have a review on these, and I'll link it in the upper right-hand corner. But she was so sweet and sent me these. And I did not even really know that I wanted these until I got them. But y'all, I have not put them down. Anytime I want to use markers along with my colored pencils, I go to these markers before I do any alcohol markers. And if you're someone who is sensitive to smells, alcohol markers a lot of times have a very strong smell. And sometimes that's why I really don't care to use alcohol markers as much. I have noticed that certain alcohol markers do have a stronger smell than other alcohol markers, and alcohol markers also bleed through to the other side. Now, I have used these in a coloring book. They have not bled through to the other side. This was actually a tutorial on my channel where I used the Tombow markers, but overall, the page as a whole hardly took any time at all because I used the base of markers and then just came back over it with colored pencils. But the other thing I love about these Tombows is this case that they came in. There's 108 colors in here, but this specific set with this case, I don't believe this is available on Amazon. You have to go to Blick to get this. I will try to link that in the description box below so that you can easily find it. But this case is so cool, and it opens up like this. I don't know how much I could fit into the camera frame, but it opens like this, and it makes it so convenient just to lay it out sort of like this while you're coloring, and then you can lay your coloring page right in here and then just grab the colors that you want to use. But I absolutely love the case that this one came in, and then the top just goes securely back over it like that and snaps into place, and then you can just pick it up and carry it. And this one is really great if you take your coloring out with you and you want to be mobile with it, because the case is just fantastic for that. Okay, y'all, we are on number 6, and number 6 of my favorite coloring supplies are my Posca pens, and I do not have enough Posca pens. I want to have all of the colors. These Posca pens I have found do cover quite a bit of the white in coloring books, but the white ones I use mostly so that I can just add extra highlights, or I use them as a fix in my coloring books. If I cover up too much of the white space or too much of the highlight, I will come back and use these to fix it and add a little bit more of the highlight right back in. These are so good for so many different things. I absolutely love the white ones. And this year I have noticed that I have come away from using a lot of white gel pens, and I have picked up my Posca pens a whole lot more than I have a white gel pen. And then I have this small pack of colored Poscas, and I've not even used all of them in here. They're not all opened up. This is my absolute favorite. I used my yellow the most, and I just always seem to go for the yellow. I don't know why, but it seems like this is the one that I've had to use the most. And I think I have also used the pink. Of course, I've not had to open the white yet because I still have these here, and this one here is the same size as I believe this one here. So these are the medium points. But the set that I ordered in white, you can order these on Amazon in this set of 3. And then it comes with each different tip. So here is the biggest one, and that's if you need to cover a much wider space. And here is the really fine one. And then this one is the medium one. And I would say that I probably use this medium one the absolute most. And that is what these are. And that's why I bought them in this size, because I really enjoy using the medium tip on these. I find that I don't use the big huge one all that much, and I do still use the fine one quite a bit if I have to outline something. That's generally what I use this one for. And also if I'm coloring a flower or something that's really, really small and I just want to put like a little white dot, or I've done hair and wanted to add a little bit of something extra to it, and I'll use this just to add like little white dots all through the hair and make it look like it's beaded. And that's another really cool effect that you can do. Okay, so now we're on number 7. Like I said, these are not in any specific order, but these Ohuhu glitter pens, these are so much fun and they're so glittery. But this one is one of my absolute favorites. Look at the color that comes out of this. Is that not absolutely beautiful? Oh my goodness, it's just gorgeous. And there is definitely glitter there. Let me hold it a little bit closer. Maybe you'll be able to see the glitter. I don't know if my lighting is helping at all or just sort of fading it out between the lighting and the camera. I'll turn it a little bit sideways, but hopefully you could see the glitter in these. I just really, really love them. And the way that you use them is just like a Posca pen, which I think is really cool. You just pump them like this and the color comes out. And this one's not really flowing. Okay, so it's flowing a little bit better. But look at that color. That is so pretty. It looks like it's orange but gold at the same time. And let's try one more color. I was going to do a video specific on these. You'll have to let me know if you want to see that. But you just pump it like this. And that one's running really nicely. But look at that color. But yeah, I was going to do a video specifically on these and swatch them all out for y'all and do a little bit of a review and maybe show you how to use them in a coloring book in that video, but y'all have to let me know if you would like to see that. But these are just really, really fun. But oh my goodness, I could totally see the glitter, and so I just wanted to hold it a little bit closer, especially in that darker orange, or what I think is supposed to be the red. It looks like a very dark orangish red, and maybe that's because of all the gold glitter, but look at that glitter, y'all. They are just amazing. I absolutely love these, and I wish that they came in a bigger set. Okay, y'all, and number 8 are my Stickles. Look at all these gorgeous colors, and it's just glitter and bling everywhere. I absolutely love these. If you are not familiar with Stickles and you don't know what they are, I will link my video on Stickles in the upper right hand corner so that you can easily find it. But all this really is glitter glue, and they come in so many different colors. This is one of my favorites. This one is called Sunflower, and it's gold, but it's a gold that has a lot of yellow in it. It's really, really pretty. I had gold, but my gold actually ran out, and so I need to get some more. So I've been using this one when I need a gold glitter. But look at all of these gorgeous colors. And then one of my absolute favorites is this Stardust right here. But I use this a lot when I want to do the iridescent glittery shiny fairy wings. And this one works really, really well with the pastel colors I use. And then to put this over it, it makes it look so iridescent and beautiful, and it just glitters all over the place. But I always leave that one sitting on my desk. It doesn't stay in here just because it's one of my favorite colors, and I find that I use it most often. Here's another one called Crystal that is much like the Stardust. And then there is another one in here that is my absolute favorite, and it's called Unicorn. But this is the unicorn here, and this one has a lot more gold glitter in it. And then another favorite of mine is this mermaid tail. Look how gorgeous that is. But this one is a purple glitter, but it has a lot of pink glitter in there. And so it's kind of pink and purple at the same time, and it's just so super pretty. And then the other one y'all probably see me use a lot in my videos is the Starburst. But those are some of my favorites. I just really love Stickles, and if you don't have Stickles yet, y'all need to have Stickles in your life. I mean, they just bring me so much joy. They are one of my absolute favorite coloring supplies. And if y'all been watching my videos for quite some time, y'all know that I'm always pulling out my Stickles, especially if I'm coloring flowers. And lately it's been not just flowers, like it's flowers, it's fairy wings. And just very recently it was a Christmas ornament, because y'all, you can't color a Christmas ornament and not add some bling to it. But these are just so much fun, and I will have a link down in the description box below for my favorite place to get Stickles at the best price. My next favorite coloring supply of 2022 is my mono eraser. Y'all know this has been my absolute favorite eraser for some time because it has a tiny, tiny little tip on it, and it gets into all those very small little areas. But this is actually a really good eraser because when you use it in your coloring books, it does pick up quite a bit of the color so that you can just grab your colored pencils and go right back over it. If you happen to go out of the lines in your coloring books, you can use this very small eraser to go on the outer part of the lines and pick up the color that way as well. But I just love this Tombow mono eraser. And the way that it works is you just push down on the top here, and then it ejects the eraser out the bottom. You can also buy refills for this eraser, so it will last you a really, really long time, and it's not very expensive at all. And then I also did want to add this one in here too, because this is one of my other favorite erasers, and I have found that for pulling up color in bigger spaces, this eraser works really well. I actually purchased this a couple years ago, probably more than 3 years ago, at a Hobby Lobby when I was doing a lot of drawing, and I had taken a break a while from coloring and I was doing nothing but drawing, and I bought this to pull up graphite. But I have found that this works fabulous with colored pencils. It is one of the best erasers that I have found that actually picks the color up. And so I will have this one linked down in the description box as well. But I just wanted to put this one in here as well for those of you that want another eraser that will pick up color from larger areas on your coloring books. And I really use both of these as the same. So these are both counting for my number 9 spot. And number 10 is my Jarlink pencil sharpener. I do also have my doll here, but y'all know that I love my doll. Since I've been having issues with my hands and they've been bothering me a little bit, I was really needing to find an electric pencil sharpener, and this is the one that I found. The company had reached out to me, and they reached out to me at the most perfect time. I wasn't expecting to love this pencil sharpener as much as I do, but it has become a favorite very, very quickly, and I absolutely love it. But this pencil sharpener has been wonderful for my Prisma Colors. I do always leave it here on number 3 so that the auto stop stops when I want it to. But I'll show you how wonderful it is, and I want to show you that the auto stop actually stops, because I did have an AF mat previous to this and it scared me. And that is what scared me so much away from using an electric pencil sharpener until I found this one. But this is a Prismacolor, and I'm just going to put this in here. You don't have to push very hard at all. and it auto stops when it should. And that is the beautiful lead that I have on my pencil. But I just really, really love this pencil sharpener. It gives me the perfect lead on my pencils. And I've not had any breakage issues with my Prisma Colors. And if you don't have the right pencil sharpener to use with your Prisma Colors, you are going to experience broken leads. I have had Prisma Colors that have just broke and broke and broke, and it would be a brand new set, and I would end up with no pencil because I would have to keep sharpening and sharpening because the pencil sharpener would actually break the pencil throughout the whole entire core. But I will always have the link down in the description box for this. And if you don't want an electric pencil sharpener and you don't have issues with your hands, I do still love my doll, but this is a hand cranked pencil sharpener, but this is still my favorite. This is a wonderful pencil sharpener, and it is small enough for you to take with you if you take your coloring mobile or take it out of the house or to a coffee shop or wherever you go with your coloring. Okay, so those were my top 10 absolute favorite coloring supplies, and I do have one bonus here. I did want to share this because if y'all saw from the coloring pages I shared earlier, you probably noticed a lot of the tone tan paper, and this is my absolute favorite paper to color on, especially if I'm using my Holbeins. And when you pull out that soft white pencil in your Holbein set and you lay it down on this paper, it's just wow. And you probably saw that with the coloring pages that I shared with you earlier in the video. But this pad here is a 9x12. So to get this in your printer, you do have to cut it down so that it is 8.5 by 11. So that you could print your coloring pages on it. But this is just my absolute favorite paper. I really, really love this, especially if you're coloring a portrait. It just really makes everything pop. It makes the hair pop. It makes the face pop. When you color the face and you add those highlights, oh my gosh, it is just absolutely amazing. So I hope y'all enjoyed seeing my top 10 favorite coloring supplies of 2022. And this was really hard because I do have others that are favorites. And you saw I had to add that bonus in there just to get that tone tan paper in there. But I do love that tone tan paper. But I don't necessarily consider that a coloring supply. Consider coloring supplies more of things you're actually going to use on your coloring pages. And of course, a pencil sharpener is an absolute necessity. So I wanted to make sure that I got that one in there too. But I will have everything that you've seen in this video linked down in the description box below. I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Happy coloring. Bye.